What conspiracy do you actually believe and why? Also make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy. 100% believe Joe Jackson drugged Michael Jackson with puberty blockers to prolong his career. Yeah, something is going on there for sure. The one about chapstick tubes purposefully being round so they'll roll away never to be found again. A more plausible one, but still rather silly, is lip balm ingredients like phenol, menthol and salicylic acid actually making your lips drier, thus encouraging you to use more lip balm. I love the idea of Disney making Frozen so that when people search Disney Frozen they'll see the movie instead of the theory Walt Disney's head was frozen and hidden somewhere in Disneyland. All I ever heard was he was put to cryo until some way is found to prolong his life. There are breeding populations of cougars in the US east of the Missouri River. The US Fish and Wildlife Service has maintained that the population went extinct in 2011 and that all cougar sightings since that point have simply been individual vagrants that have wandered hundreds of miles east of their breeding grounds. I'll see that and raise you. There are living thylacines but not on Tasmania or the Australian mainland, they are in New Guinea. A good chunk of AskReddit threads is from YouTubers and podcasters out there farming Reddit for content. I have seen a surprising amount of AskReddit threads on Instagram Reels and TikTok, too. Ugly Sonic was a planned marketing move. Yeah, I believe this. They knew Ugly Sonic version 1 was going to get memed to hell by the internet. It was free marketing and hype. That dryers create a wormhole that occasionally sucks in one of a pair of socks. I truly believe men's deodorant is made better than women's deodorant. I'm like 99% sure women's clinical super expensive deodorant is the same as men's regular deodorant. I've been using men's unscented deodorant for years and have had great results. I know the truth. Not sure if this is true, but as a lady myself I prefer to use Old Spice over Secret or anything that has aluminium. Edit. English is not my first language. What I meant was that I use Old Spice not only because it smells good but also to avoid using a product that has aluminum. So yeah, I prefer Old Spice over Secret. To each their own. Deleted. It feels like all software is spying on you. Mattress stores are fronts for money laundering operations. Locations ridiculously oversaturating the market, never hiring, no advertising, sales, or customers, yet open day in and day out without fail. If not money laundering, then something else shady. I've heard the statement the best financially strategy is hiding your money in your mattress. Maybe they just left out the last part. Mattress store. My parents called me handsome and smart. It was an attempt to lift my confidence. Oh, that's not true. You're a big boy and the smartest guy I know. That after Occupy Wall Street, the rich feared the new French Revolution and are now investing heavily in artificially inflating tensions, race, sexual orientation, trans, conservative vs progressive, etc. via the media. The peasants won't overthrow the king if they're fighting each other. Remember guys, the media is a tool to keep us divided. It's really about rich vs poor, not group A vs group B. It's not a conspiracy if it's a true. The reason why women's clothing still doesn't have pockets is to sustain the entire bags industry. Which is fucking hilarious anyway because guys have pockets and there's an entire subculture about finding the right everyday carry bag for us. It largely branches from their tactical circles, but still. Could easily do the same for women, but no. That a local cold case has suspects that all have connections to politics and that the police, after decades, are still only looking for witnesses and not using genealogical DNA search on the evidence because they are afraid as to where it will lead. What country? Government and UAPs. They know stuff that they cannot release. Or they do not know what they are seeing and cannot admit that because it would be an admittance of loss of control of airspace. The Danish government is trying to get rid of a nation holiday and it takes up quite a bit of coverage from the media. The economical benefits are minimal at best and expects say temporary. The whole idea is not well received obviously, and none of the parties in government are willing to admit that it's their idea. The conspiracy is that the whole thing is just a distraction, while they are trying to pass some other law that's even worse, and the holiday thing is just to distract the population in the meantime. Given how badly this is communicated and defended, I don't see it as anything but a cover-up. Odd question, but what holiday? Epstein didn't kill himself. Probably a good bet since video cameras accidentally malfunctioned at the time of his death. Yeah, that's normal. One might add, believe that I always thought plausible was that Churchill knew about the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor and didn't warn the US so it would be brought into the war. I'm sure over the years I've seen things to suggest the US themselves knew about the attacks, or should have known, and allowed them to happen to garner the necessary public support to enter the war. Don't ask me for source, but sure I've read the theory over the years. The upper echelons of the Des Moines, Iowa judicial system and police force knew exactly who took Johnny Gosch in the 1980s, and covered up his abuse and murder by either high-paying customers or a governmental official, not necessarily from the USA, that had an immunity against kidnapping and child murder. They know where his body was disposed of and continue to keep silent on it. What evidence is there of this? I know the story, but I've never heard of this theory before.
But it's like a pipe dream.
I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist, but I do think the government had something to do with Marilyn Monroe's death because of her involvement with JFK.
And I can go back to school.
They have people coming forward saying that the JFK assassination was organized and carried out by the CIA, so it would stand to reason that Marilyn and pretty much half the Kennedy family was also taken out by them. I believe that the government is using advanced technology to spy on citizens. This is based on reports of government agencies using facial recognition software, drones, and other surveillance tools to monitor people's activities. I believe this because it is a logical conclusion. Edward Snowden already blew the lid on this bratha. It's true that the CIA created Throwback Thursday so we'd digitize all our old photos and put them online for them to index. Justin Trudeau is the bastard child of Fidel Castro. Charles Emile Trudeau, pink of nipple. Pierre Trudeau, pink of nipple. Justin Trudeau, brown nippled. Go-Gurt is just yogurt.
Yes, you are.
You fucking take that back. Jaroslaw Kaczynski orchestrated the smaller scare crash to kill his smarter brother. The Sonic movie existed in its current form when the trailer was released. It doesn't matter what the trailer looked like, because it didn't look exactly like every fan's regrettable deviant at headcanon interpretation. So they put out an ugly trailer that they could fix. And the fans got to have their ownership of something they didn't create validated by being told that they had some level of creative input over the final product. Princess Diana was killed intentionally. There is a theory which states that if ever anyone discovers exactly what the universe is for and why it is here, it will instantly disappear and be replaced by something even more bizarre and inexplicable. There is another theory which states that this has already happened. I believe in the second theory. Weird because I have thought about this kind of thing. Had no idea it was a known theory though, kind of just a shower thought I had. I have also wondered if when people just randomly drop dead, was it because they had a thought that turned out to be the answer to the universe? Haha. Paparazzi are almost all paid by PR firms. Think about it, a really, really great shot of an A-list celebrity is going to get you $300? And that's likely just one in a crowd of paparazzi? Is that really enough to get dozens of photographers surrounding celebrities, staking out homes, etc 4 hours a day? No, I think there's a good number of them are on salary with agents and PR firms to give the appearance of value. Source: nothing. Absolutely nothing. No evidence of this. I'm probably 100% wrong. This is a known practice. All major tech advancements were well in use for years prior to commercial access. I remember hearing about drones and thinking, I wonder how many years they've been doing this before they announced it. Whatever tech we have now, the military has been using for decades. GPS very heavily documented on the history, and it's used by the military long before it's released to the public sector. Can't imagine life without it in today's terms. Since no one else said it yet, Kermit caused 9/11. There's an episode in The Muppet Show where Kermit is shown what the world would have looked like without him, and the Twin Towers are still standing. The writers probably just reused old footage, but it's still a fun conspiracy. That people will post this question weekly in order to farm karma. I think that big tech is listening in on your conversations. Many people say that it would be too much data and it would drain your battery too much and people would notice. But with how much they are doing to track and monitor you, it's not that far of a leap. They also could be storing X amount of minutes of audio, then uploading it in intervals instead of a constant stream. I've heard stories of people saying they talked about something in front of a device and then getting ads later on for the specific thing. The US government actively killed civil rights leaders, including MLK and Sam Cooke. Edit, link showing, an ex-FBI man said he was involved in this in court. https://www.justice.gov/crt/over-view-investigation-allegation-regarding-assassinations-dr-martin-luther-king-jr. Thanks to Thatatherguy0123. This one is true. MLK's wife Carita sued the FBI for the murder of her husband and won this big settlement. They may not have pulled the trigger, however they played their part in his death. You can look this up, the media does not cover it enough. JFK was also hit by a bullet from a Secret Service agent who accidentally fired at him after Oswald fired. It's not really conspiratorial. It is mundane but explains the magic bullet to a large extent. Everyone just buried it. If you read Mortal Error, the shot that killed JFK by Bomber Menninger, the evidence for this is pretty much indisputable. Elvis did not die in 1977. Elvis faked his own death after he became tiresome of the fame and pill abuse. He entered rehab, got clean and grew a beard. After some time he began to long for fame and fortune and re-emerged into the spotlight under his new alias, Kenny Rogers. Oh, I got one. Elvis had a twin brother but he died just after he was born. But what if he didn't really die? He has been in hiding all this time, and when the real Elvis died he came out of hiding, and that's why you have so many Elvis sightings. It was his twin this whole time. Nothing specific, but I can understand why some conspiracies gain weight with the history of the intelligence community. Data is very lucrative for big tech, but also the CIA and NSA. CIA secretly owned a military encryption machine first used in WW2 that was sold to lies and adversaries over 50 years, allowing them to gather communications even through the Cold War. https://www.washingtonpost.com/graphics/2020/world/national-security/sire-crypto-encryption-machines-espionage/ Israeli and US intelligence created a virus to destroy Iranian nuclear centrifuges, reportedly was quite successful. https://en.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/stuxnet NSA mass data collection of US citizens. They currently have several data centers with many exabytes, million terabytes, of reported total capacity. https://en.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/prism. That the elites want an uneducated, underpaid and divided working class to exploit. They pander to their fears about the others to keep them from uniting with their shared hardships. They throw them a nickel while stealing their dollars. Fans of one of the Kardashians were encouraged to buy her products and or send her money in order to help her reach billionaire status. That boggles the mind. Deprive yourself to give someone more money than they